Hello again, everybody. My name is Mike at Filmboy24. Today, we really dug deep because I'm processing some ECN-II film that I shot in 2007. Stay tuned. Rimjet. Oh, welcome back, everybody. You know, I feel like I've been gone forever. It's been a crazy, crazy week for me. I've had so much going on that I can't even talk about. So I won't. Today, what we're going to do is something a little bit different, but not different. We are going to delve deep into the archives. This is a very old roll, or at least it was, of Kodak Vision 320T 7277 movie film, 16 millimeter film. Why do I have a CP16 here on the desk? Well, can you hold on 1 second and I'll explain to you why. Because it's horror week. Well, it's not really, but I have the shirt on with my third favorite horror film on it, so I'm calling it horror video. Back in October of 2007, a really good friend of mine and filmmaking partner, Jupes, shot a 12-minute short film. There's a 5-minute version and a 12-minute version. The 5-minute version was made specifically for an online horror film competition. Well, this was back in the day when the DVX-100 by Panasonic was fairly new, and it was like all the buzz, and it shot at 24 frames per second progressive, and we thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I ran out and got one, and we shot a couple of films on it, or a couple of videos, because I don't use video for films. At any rate, we shot this 12-minute short film in my shop that I owned back in the day for my business Glide Shot. And it was a sort of a revenge film. A young lady that was being held against her will by her ex-boyfriend. And, well, if you're interested in seeing the original 12-minute version, I'll pop a link to it. It's on Vimeo down in the description, so you can check it out and critique me all to the high. At any rate, I've had this CP16 non-reflex camera for many years, and in 2007, when we were shooting this particular short film, I decided it would be I kind of wanted to shoot the whole thing in 16 millimeter, but it was a little cost prohibitive. So we didn't, but I did want to test the camera out. Now, a tiny bit of backstory. We shot this movie in like an industrial shop. We had one light for the entire film, the entire indoor scene of the film. And it was a big 500 watt halogen work light that we had on the floor. And I'll try to show you a little behind the scenes really quick here of exactly what I'm talking about. And so I wanted to see what this camera, coupled with this really old, even at the time, because I believe they discontinued this film somewhere around 2005, and I can't remember how long I had it then. It was something I think I had gotten it off of eBay. So I loaded the camera up, and I had all intentions of shooting 400 feet through this thing, sending it off and getting developed. Well, it didn't quite work out that way. If you've ever been on a movie set, things never work out the way you intend them to, and this was no exception. I ended up shooting what I thought was 50 feet, ended up being around 70 feet, so I had to snip it when I processed it. At any rate, life got in the way, and it sat inside the camera magazine for almost 14 years before I dug it out again. And what I did was I took it in the dark room, popped the magazine off, took the magazine in the dark room and cut it and pulled off what had been exposed, and it turned out, like I said, to be right around 70 feet. Again, I thought it was 50 feet, so I put it in my smaller Lomo tank, wound it in, and had to cut probably about 20 feet off of the film because I didn't feel like re-rolling it back up and putting it into my 100-foot tank, and I didn't have enough chemicals to develop in my 100-foot tank at the time anyway, which was only 2 days ago. So I had decided there was probably no better way to develop some never ever before seen footage of a film video that my partner and I shot nearly 14 years ago, no better way to develop it than with a brand spanking new process that I have never tried in my entire life. After all, the film is only one of a kind, never recoverable. At any rate, I decided to put all of my faith behind CineStill. Now, CineStill is a company that has a myriad of products, film-related products, and my buddy Frank turned me into a CineStill 2-bath process fan. He pointed me in the direction of this new developer that they just put out. It was $30, and it literally is 2 baths. Now, I strayed just a little bit from their directions. You see, their 2-bath kit, and probably all ECN-II developing, doesn't like remjet floating around in the chemicals. And I understand why. I'm a do-it-yourself guy. I do the best I can with my remjet, and I didn't alter my personal process. I use 4 tablespoons of washing soda and 1 tablespoon of baking soda mixed with 1 liter of nice warm water, 95-ish degrees. I agitate that in my tank for about 5 minutes. I do 4 rinses, and usually my first rinse is tinted a little, my second rinse is pitch black, and the subsequent 2 rinses are increasingly less dark until they are clear. That's what I did this time around. If I ruin my chemicals, I ruin the chemicals. Don't blame me, blame me. At any rate, how did it turn out? Well, it's been sitting in the can for 14 years. Luckily, it has been in a climate-controlled area, my house, for the last 14 years. It held up okay. I'm going to show it to you. Bear in mind, I shot this at 24 frames per second. The video that you are currently watching right now is being shot at 30 frames per second, so the render is blended. The original looks much better. It's had a tiny bit of color correction. I scanned this on my Movie Stuff RetroScan Universal Mark I unit. Without any further, let's see the film. Well, I'm pretty satisfied overall with how it came out, and I'm especially satisfied with this CineStill 2-bath Simplified ECN-II kit. Nope, I have zero affiliation with CineStill. They have no idea I exist, but I know where they are. You may know where I am, but I know where you are. At any rate, if you enjoyed this or if you like videos like this, do me a huge favor and subscribe. Don't forget to, you know it, punch that like button for me. How about leave me a comment, tell me what you think. I do the best that I possibly can from week to week. I know this video is late. Again, crazy week. And until next time, you know it. I'll see you on the next go around.